It was a scorching summer afternoon in a quiet suburban neighborhood, the kind where kids zipped past on bikes and neighbors greeted each other warmly from their porches. The air hummed with the sounds of cicadas, lawn sprinklers, and the occasional laughter of children. On the corner of Maple and Elm Streets stood a small lemonade stand. Its hand-painted sign, written in cheerful yellow letters, read, "Lemonade, 50 cents? Help Emily fight cancer." Behind the stand sat Emily, a bright-eyed 10-year-old with a radiant smile that belied the hardships she had endured. A baseball cap covered her head, bare from the effects of chemotherapy, but her spirit shone brighter than the midday sun. Emily's journey had been anything but easy. Earlier that year, she had been diagnosed with leukemia, a diagnosis that turned her world and her family's upside down. Overnight, her days became filled with hospital visits, exhausting treatments, and the quiet worry etched on her parents' faces as they juggled mounting medical bills. But Emily was determined to help. One evening, while sipping lemonade at the dinner table, she had an idea. "Why don't I sell lemonade to help with the bills?" she asked. Her parents hesitated at first, but couldn't resist her enthusiasm. With the help of her dad's old workbench, a few art supplies, and her best friend Sarah, Emily's lemonade stand came to life. Every weekend, Emily set up her stand under the shade of a sprawling oak tree. Her neighbors, touched by her courage and infectious optimism, rallied to support her. They brought their friends, spread the word on social media, and left generous donations in the jar beside her cash box. Emily greeted every customer with a smile, offering them ice-cold lemonade and a cheerful thank you for helping me fight cancer. But on one particular Saturday, as the sun dipped low in the sky, something extraordinary happened. The day had been busy. Joggers stopped for refreshment, moms with strollers paused to chat, and even the mailman lingered for a moment to drop a few dollars in the jar. Emily, though tired, kept smiling. Then, as she refilled a cup for a customer, a man strolled down the street. At first, no one paid much attention. Dressed casually in a button-down shirt, khakis, and a baseball cap pulled low over his face, he looked like any other passerby. But as he drew closer, heads began to turn. "Is that Clint Eastwood?" someone whispered. Indeed, it was. The legendary actor and director, known for his steely-eyed roles and commanding presence, was visiting a friend in the neighborhood. He'd gone out for a walk, and the sight of the lemonade stand had stopped him in his tracks. The small crowd around Emily's stand fell silent as Eastwood approached. "Hello there," he said, his gravelly voice unmistakable. Emily looked up, her eyes widening in recognition. But instead of freezing, she flashed her trademark smile. "Hi, would you like some lemonade?" "It's 50 cents a cup," she said, holding out a plastic cup filled with ice-cold lemonade. Eastwood chuckled, a warm, fatherly sound that made everyone watching feel at ease. "I'll take a cup," he said, handing over $1. But as he took a sip, he glanced at the sign and furrowed his brow. "What's this about helping with chemo?" Emily's mom, who had been standing nearby, stepped forward to explain. She told him about Emily's leukemia diagnosis, her brave fight, and her determination to contribute to her own medical expenses. As she spoke, Eastwood listened intently, his face a mixture of empathy and admiration. When she finished, he turned back to Emily. "You're a brave young lady," he said, his voice carrying the same gravitas that had made him a Hollywood icon. Then, reaching into his pocket, he pulled out his wallet. Instead of the expected 50 cents, he took out a crisp $1,000 bill and placed it in the jar labeled donations. The crowd gasped. Emily's eyes darted from the money to Eastwood's face. "Are you sure?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Absolutely," he said with a twinkle in his eye. "But that's not all." He pulled out his phone and made a call. Within minutes, his assistant arrived. Eastwood handed her a note and said, "Make sure this gets done." The next day, Emily and her family received a life-changing call. A foundation Eastwood supported had agreed to cover all of Emily's medical expenses. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the family could hardly believe their ears. The news spread quickly, turning Emily's story into a nationwide sensation. In the weeks that followed, Donations poured in from strangers inspired by Emily's courage and Eastwood's generosity. Not only were her medical bills fully covered, but the surplus funds were donated to other families battling similar challenges. Emily's lemonade stand became a symbol of hope, resilience, and the incredible impact of kindness. When asked about the encounter in a rare interview, Eastwood simply said, "Sometimes, you walk by a lemonade stand and realize it's more than just lemonade. It's about community, courage, and doing the right thing." For Emily, the experience was more than just a financial blessing. It was a reminder that even in her toughest battles, she wasn't alone. Her story continued to inspire countless others, proving that acts of compassion, big or small, could create ripples far beyond what anyone could imagine. And for those who had witnessed that unforgettable day, it was a testament to the idea that heroes come in all forms. Some wear cowboy hats on the silver screen, while others wear baseball caps behind a lemonade stand.